and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147. Happy 20th of June, everybody. That is 2/3 of the way through June, which is going as fast as every other month this year, I think. But today we are on section 4. So we're still keeping on the right hand side. The right hand side seems to be where this painting wants completing first. I guess we'll find out when we know what the last section will be. But we do have a big splat of colour on this one. So let me just get it lined up to the middle-ish as much as I can. But I hope everybody is having a fantastic kind of day. I am going to get some white done. Start off with quite a bit of this white and see how many comments I can get through. So I keep trying to move my laptop to make it just as easy to read as possible, which means I can get through more. But Mysterious Day, she says, hi Rebecca. She says we're almost 2 weeks into this as she leaves the comment. She said it's wild. She said today is her day 2 of working. She is still unsure if it's only spotty or if it's going to become long term. But she said fingers crossed for it being long term, full time. She managed to get a section done and a little bit of a budget Eeyore painting. She finished a section on the Eeyore painting and decided to just watch the last little bit because she is quite tired. She said the job she's working, and will be working tomorrow too, is nannying a 6-month-old boy and a 2-year-old girl from 9 until 5. No wonder you were tired. I forget how much energy the little kids take. And they always take more when they're not your own as well. I think you find a different rhythm with your own compared to someone else's. She said it's got her on her feet and her arm is so sore. She said as he's a chunky little monkey of a baby. She says she's not complaining though. She loves it, she said, and the parents are so nice. Oh, well, that's good. I do hope that turns into something a little bit more permanent for you. It's nice to work for good people and for nice people. And as tiring as they are, kids always just come out with something, don't they, that make it all worth it. Linda, she says, hi Rebecca. She says she's been watching my videos now for about 3 years. She said she enjoys them. She said she does have a question. She said she was browsing our shop when she came to the Heaven and Earth design stickers. She said, how do those work? She said, do all the kits use the same symbols /DMC? She said she's actually interested for her cross stitch project. She's tried drawing the symbols, but alas, she says she cannot draw them all. They don't use the same symbols for each DMC number, so it's not like a generic sheet. Basically, when you purchase the Heaven and Earth design stickers, you are asked for a link to the chart that you've purchased. So we only want the link to it. We don't need your actual chart because, of course, you've purchased that chart. It's not for sharing. But in with each Heaven and Earth design chart, they put the symbols and the DMC numbers that are used for that particular project. And we actually make those to order. So it does state that it can take up to 2 weeks for them to be sent out, though that tends to be the extreme. And we'd rather put the extreme and still get them sent out quicker. But yeah, we actually copy the symbols over into our program and put the DMC numbers in, and then print the stickers according to a particular chart. So that's what they're for. So we can do those for your specific chart that you want to cross stitch or diamond paint. As a standard, we tend to print them on the small round stickers because they tend to fit most storage types. They work really well on the tubs, the bottles that people use. But if you do want them in the square, on a square sticker, which is the same size, just doesn't have the corners taken off, then we can do that. Just pop that in the notes that you want them on a square sticker instead, and we can do that for you. But yeah, they're all made to order. Zoe, she says, hi Rebecca. She says she is a newish watcher, and she is sad that she's unable to work alongside me this June waffle this time. She says due to it currently being exam time at uni, and her time is crazy busy studying. She said she's been listening to my waffles while she studies, just to have some company, but she also watches them, she says, before she goes to bed, as she's found that they relax her enough that she can fall asleep after a hard day of studying. She says, hope you don't take offence to that. She says that she promises they aren't boring her to sleep. No, I don't take offence to that at all. Sometimes you just need, you do need a voice. I fall asleep to audiobooks, and even if it is absolutely gripping me, it's not the story, it's not it's just soothing sometimes to fall asleep, no matter how interested you are in what's happening. And sometimes it's actually that interest that can make you fall asleep. So I don't take offence. She says she's hoping she will join us in the Christmas Advent, as university will be done by then. Although she will be graduating and moving back home, so she'll most likely miss a few days. She says, thank you so much for keeping me company during this stressful time and also keeping me somewhat sane. Well, all the best for your exams. All I do say, even though you can't join in the June waffle, which I completely get why, do try and get that little bit of me time. Even if it is just, having a relaxing bath every now and then, or putting a face mask on and taking 10-15 minutes just for yourself. It'll help you focus better when you are studying. And I'm happy that I can keep you company. And yeah, best of luck on your exams. Though I'm sure you don't need luck by the sounds of it. You are putting the work in. So you'll get your reward once your exams are done. Tiffany, she says, will there be any of your wonderful trays in the advent calendar? That would be telling, Tiffany. That would be telling if there are going to be any trays in the advent calendar. Maybe. If there is anything like that in the advent calendar, all I can say is it will be different. But yeah, I'm not spoiling the surprise on what's in the advent calendar, but rest assured there is many different things, and I think pretty much all of them will be greatly received by every person. But yeah, hopefully we've got a really nice mix, and we've got quite a few special little things in there as well this year. She said, would you be able to make a video on all the colour trays that have been made so far? Yeah, that's something that I can look at doing. Once I have managed to find the perfect space for my tray storage, and I've actually got it up with all the trays on, then I'll be more than happy to go through each of the trays that we have, maybe go through each of them then, and showcase the colours that we've done and whether it is a colour that we can get in again or not. Because there is definitely one colour, a turquoise, which I'm absolutely gutted that we've not found a turquoise that prints nice since. But believe me, we do keep trying different turquoise colours as and when we, you know, at any time we sort of find one, we do try to give it a go. That's probably the one main colour that I'm absolutely gutted we've not been able to get hold of again. But yeah, we will I'll do a video once I've got it all sort of set up and showcase what trays we've had and in what sizes as well. Beverly, she said, hi Rebecca. She said she just wanted to know whether the advent painting will be available in both round and square. She said she has tried to do squares and she just can't. She said, love this waffle every day. Yes, the painting that I will be doing for December Advent, the December Advent event, will be available in both round and square. If we do default to just one type, we tend to default to rounds. The reason being is while we do recognise that some people don't like rounds, it's more of a preference thing than an ability thing. So that's why Zesty Wolf is only available in round. It was the first one we did and we just offered round to open it up to as many people as possible. But now the demand is a lot higher. We do now offer it in both. And we will be again this year. It will be in both round or square. Crystal, she says, oh my gosh, she said, the things we say. She said, diamond painting can grab you by your shirt and curlies. She said she had to go back and listen to that one again. She said, have a great rest of your week. I don't even know where that random phrase came from. Like, I know it's definitely one that's used in the UK, but where it originated from, I don't know. But yeah, it can grab you by your short and curlies. Tamara, she says you were Googling Woolworths. She says she's not sure if it was the video she's commenting on or another. She said when she was a kid in rural Missouri, she said there was a Woolworth 5 and dime in the next town over. She said my family shopped there often. She loved it because they had a small pet department, paperback books and vinyl records. She says she knows she's aging herself. I don't think so. Vinyl records, they're making a comeback. So you could be 19. She said they had a giveaway where you put your name in a little wishing well and the winner could pick anything from the store. She said, well, she won. She said her folks drove her over and after much deliberation, she picked a stereo on which to play her records. She said it was nifty. It all folded up into a compact unit. But when it was time to listen, she said you could bring down the turntable part, swing out the detachable speakers and rock and roll. She said she thinks that it retailed for around $60 US. Quite a chunk, she says, for a girl in 1971 or so. She said memories. But it was so exciting though to be able to get one all of your own that you'd won. That's amazing. And you could have played off that being, you know, 19 or 21 until you gave us a year. You never know. I'd have stuck with it for you tomorrow. Denise, she said, with all this talk about mystery paintings, she says if she was doing a mystery, she said she would completely cover up the part she had just done. And then after she finished the last portion, she said she would do a big reveal. She says, for me, she says that would be so cool and nice and hopefully a surprise. She said, has anyone else thought about doing that or done that? I do know somebody who's done a mystery has been covering up or rolling up the section that they've done, and therefore sort of revealing it, you know, not looking at the full image until the end. That's what I'll be doing with mine, though I won't like be covering up, you know, the bottom strip that I've done as soon as I've done it before doing the next strip, just because I'm not sure how I'd cover it up. But I will be rolling mine up as I go, and I don't plan on having a sneaky peek. So hopefully there will be an element, or at least, you know, the full picture that will be a surprise, even if I know parts of it. User, and then lots of letters and numbers. She says, hi Rebecca. She says she's glad that I found out about Woolworths. She said, trust us Australians to pinch the name. She said she's also one of those people that work at diamond painting by colour. She said she starts at the first number listed and works through the list. Wow. She says she's tried other ways, but it just stresses her out. She says our brains are all so different. They are. She says she's so enjoying the waffles. Thank you. I'm just sure I would miss so many. I have occasionally done a painting by a colour. I think I tried it on a 30 by 40 to do it for a bit of a change. I don't know if I went in order. I can't remember. It was quite a while ago. So I don't know whether I did it in like the order of the key, or if I did like the first bottom left hand corner, like I do when I'm doing a section. Whether I did the bottom left hand corner and then, you know, did whatever the next one was and decided to do all of the colours that way. But yeah, it didn't last for too long. It's more of a every now and then to mix things up for me. But yeah, our brains are completely different, and you get used to what you get used to, and you enjoy what you enjoy. And at the end of the day, what does it matter? You do you and enjoy the hobby. And it's always good to have little quirks as well. Just make you a little bit different. Mummy Escape says she's definitely caught up now. Awesome. Let's see if life takes over again, or if it lets you enjoy the rest of the waffle on a daily basis. Jamie says she's loving the new ideas. Thank you. Cat Lady, she says she has a husband that does the washing up. She says, I cook, he washes up. She said it all started when she was expecting her second child. And they got a 2-setting surface dishwasher. And he took over the washing up. She said that was over 25 years ago. I'll just throw that diamond on the painting. So it's 25 years ago, and now both children have moved out, and it's only the two of us. And he still washes up, but he no longer uses the dishwasher. She said today it was 23 degrees with a good breeze. She said she too loves autumn and spring. Too hot a summer, she says, as she can't sleep on hot nights. Oh, I feel you. I keep having the fan pointing at me. It's the only way I've slept the past few nights. She said 2 loads of washing dried on the line today, though. We're currently experiencing sort of bouts of rain. So we had quite a bit this morning as I'm filming this rather late on Monday night because it's got a bit clammy again. But we had quite a bit of rain this morning, absolutely throwing it down at one point. Now we've got blue skies again, but I think tomorrow we're due some rain again. I'm just waiting for the rain to properly cool the air because at the minute it's just not playing its part. It's just not doing its job right. CD Mathers says hi. She says she's just ordered one of our trays from your shop. Thank you ever so much. Your order will already be on its way to you. I know that because orders have gone out each and every day throughout the week. Monday to Friday they go out every day. So we're currently all clear. So hopefully that will be with you soon and you can enjoy your tray. Alaya says she calls the backwards arrow the back arrow. It's amazing what names we all come up with for them. And sometimes I feel as though I'm not actually calling some symbols a name in my head, but I don't know what I'm calling them instead. If I try to think of it, then I give them a name. But yeah, sometimes I'm just like, yeah, that one. Maybe I just see a picture of it instead of an actual description. Grey Legrand, she says she likes the idea of having the manufacturer on the wheel as well. So Grey Legrand is the one who commented to put a free spin on my decision wheel, which means I can pick any painting I want. And then spin off from that, I thought I'd put, instead of putting, you know, a couple of free spins due to the amount of paintings I've got on my decision wheel, to actually put a manufacturer's name, which means I can still pick what painting I want to do, but it's from a certain manufacturer. So she says she is liking the idea of doing that as well. She says now she's wondering if I'll cheat. She says when you don't get the spin you want, go for the best out of 3. Now the only one I could get away with doing that on is the decision wheel for my work in progress, for my whips. I can't actually do that as much as sometimes I would love to. I can't do that for my kitting up decision wheels, so my 30 by 40s or my large ones. And there is a reason for that, is that they get greyed out when they're chosen on that wheel, because I can't kit up the same painting twice. So they actually get greyed out when they've been picked. So the only way I could make that work is if every time one, you know, whichever ones I've done and have been picked, I actually delete them from the wheel and start afresh. But I don't tend to delete them off the wheel. I tend to leave them greyed out so that it will pick another one. So yeah, I actually can't get away with spinning again. So when I do it, what you see is what I get. Whereas my decision wheel for my whips is the 3 large paintings that I have on the go. And of course it needs to be able to pick them more than once. And I don't sort of want it to be I'm working on one day, then one another day, and then one another day. I like the idea that occasionally it might pick the same painting twice. For me to work on 2 days running. If it did it about 4 or 5 days running, I might get a bit annoyed with it, but yeah, that's the only one that I could get away with spinning again. And the only time I did that was when I hadn't got the Aura Lower painting kitted up yet. Because I can't work on a painting that's not kitted up now, can I? I'm not going to get time to spin my wheel for that one tonight, but hopefully I will be able to get to spin it tomorrow night. We'll just see what the weather's like, because I've ended up leaving it quite late to film today, partly because I got busy with shop stuff, and hubby is actually working away for the week. He's working in Cardiff for the week. So because he didn't walk in from work in the door, and Megan was working late today, time sort of got away from me, and I was just busy plodding on doing shop stuff, knowing it was getting later, but not quite how late. So yeah, by the time we'd had tea and everything else, it's just got later and later. So when I finish with this whip and waffle, I'm going to go and get a bath. And yeah, probably go to bed shortly after. So I won't be doing it tonight, but I might get to diamond paint tomorrow night. We shall see. Anne, she says, thank you for another great waffle. She says she has finished one of her whips that she's had on the go since November of last year. Woo, go you. She said instead of going back to do her Josephine Wall 250 colour painting, she started her Diamond Art Club mystery kit titled Abstract instead. She said she does also have another Josephine Wall canvas from a company called The One with the Diamond Paints that has 206 colours. She says when she tells that the symbols, so the symbols on the canvas, when she first looked at it, it had a repeating. She said, excuse her language, it had a repeating, what the F is that? She says she had a youngest daughter on the floor laughing so hard at me with my shock. She said the symbols were very, very different. She said it was very hard for her to put them into categories. She said she thinks the category for miscellaneous has over 100. She says because she has no idea where else to put them. She said, thank you again, Rebecca, for all you do for the community. I feel like we need a picture, Anne. If you're on the Facebook group, can we have a picture of these random symbols, please? And then we can say the same thing back and have a chuckle at what these random ones are. Maybe try and do it by colour, because there has been a lot of suggestions from, or the big suggestion from Diamond Art Studio when working on one of the 190 plus colour paintings is to actually group them by colour. Not DMC number, just by colour. So have all your reds together, your greens together, and so on, to help you then locate them. So maybe that'll help you with your weird symbols, weird and random ones. Tina, she says, another awesome waffle. She says she's finished her custom. Woohoo! Well done. She said it was a never-ending trudge, but you got me there. She says, thank you, and it does look fabulous. Oh, I'm so glad. It would be nothing worse than trudging through a canvas and it not looking right. I'm so glad you're happy that it's done. And now you get to move on to something that you enjoy for the process and not just the ending. She says she's got a next painting or two ready to go out, and she said happy anniversary to us. Thank you ever so much. There was a lot of people commenting saying happy anniversary to us on the 14th, and I really appreciate them all. I have either commented or given a heart reaction to a lot of them, just to save me repeating the same thing in comments all the time, and maybe to get a few of the comments down a bit, because I feel like there's loads that I need to go through. I can see long whipping chats in my future. We'll see how far I am on the likes of my Dreamers designs, and maybe I just go on a mission to finish it while chatting through all the comments. Pinkies. She says hello all. She says she's really enjoyed the talk of symbol nicknames. She said she also uses TV antenna and cinnamon roll. She says maybe I'll call it honey bun from now on. See, honey bun's cuter. Honey bun's definitely cuter. She says she is an Audible fan and has been a JD Robb fan forever. She says ironically she's not a Nora Roberts fan. So for anybody that doesn't know, Nora Roberts and JD Robb are the same people. JD Robb is just the name she uses for the In Death series. And Nora Roberts is a bit more of a romance writer, and I don't tend to read her other books. I don't tend to be into the romance side of things. I don't mind there being romance in the story, but I like the mystery ones that keep me sort of thinking. The mystery and crime ones is what I like. She says she used to listen to the entire series every time a new book came out. She says yes, twice a year. So twice a year she would listen to the whole series, which is about 60 books now, I think. She says so she's probably heard the first few books in the series upwards of 80 times, she says, before she gave in. Now she listens to the last 10 to 12 books, she says, when a new one is released. That is actually currently what I'm doing. And because I'm listening to it on Audible, I'm not sure if I'm actually only about 8 books back. But I decided to go for... I went for when they changed the cover of the book so that I knew where I was up to. So if it's got the newer cover on Audible, then I'm listening to those ones, because otherwise, even if I sort by release date, it doesn't seem to line them up properly. I can't actually organise them the same way I used to on my Kindle. So on my Kindle, I would actually sort them manually so that I could put the little novella in the right order, or I'd change the title of it to actually say what book number it was. And I've not found a way to do that on Audible. I can't say I've looked hard, but I've not found a way to do it. And it's actually kind of annoying that I sort of can't get them to line up in an order that I want to. Maybe I need to try it on a computer instead of on my phone. But yeah, I'm currently re-listening to some of that series, though I reckon I'm going to have finished it well before the new book is due out in September. She says her other 2 favourite series are the Amelia Peabody books by the late Elizabeth Peters and Cozy Misfortune series by Jana DeLeon. She said she's just released a new book this week, so she is listening to her set for around the 12th time, and she still laughs at the preposterous antics Oh, maybe I'll have to have a look into those. She says there's a new J.D. Robb book will be out in September. She says you now know how I will be spending the rest of my summer days. Listening to the last few books. She says happy anniversary. Hubby and herself will be celebrating their 34th anniversary in 10 days. Well, now it's in about 4 days, so happy anniversary for then. She said time sure has flown. Time is flying quicker and quicker, I think, the older I get. It really is. I don't know where. We're nearly halfway through 2023, and I feel like I've only just stopped thinking that it's actually 2022. So goodness help me for 2024. Pink Diamonds, she says, how long would a 30 by 30 or higher square diamond painting would take? She says she's never done a square diamond painting, and she was wondering on average how long it would take as she's thinking of doing one. That is a really, really hard one to answer, because everybody is different on how long things take. So I'm a fairly quick diamond painter, for a single placer anyway. And I mean, if we take this painting as an example, this has got 30 sections and it's the equivalent to two 30 by 40s. So if we halved it, each session has taken me about an hour, maybe just over an hour to do. So if we halve that, that's 15 hours to do a 30 by 40, though I am waffling a lot through it and I do have quite a lot of block work. So maybe it would take you, maybe if you take that and say, okay, I'm not going to have block work, but mine's a little bit smaller, 15 hours, maybe push it to 20 if you'd rather overestimate. But yeah, it could take a while. It could be that you actually try squares and find them really easy and you're actually pretty quick at diamond painting. And of course, you're not necessarily doing a waffle all the way through the time that you're doing it, so you can concentrate a little bit more and do it a little bit quicker. So yeah, maybe, let's say it'd take me less than 15 hours to do a 30 by 30 if I wasn't waffling, but you've not done one before, so say 15 to 20 hours ish. But it is really, really hard to determine. And you may find that you struggle with it for a little bit, so you actually, you know, take a break from it and do a round one in between, which can make it feel like it's taking longer. Pam says she just placed her first order with us last Sunday. She said she can't, last Saturday, sorry. She said she can't wait to see what they look like. Well, hopefully it is with you already. If not, it should be with you really soon, depending on what country you are in. And hopefully you enjoy. Enjoy. Mummy Escape, she says, hi, me again. She says she hopes we both had a lovely anniversary. She said, and somebody commented about their baby not taking a nap. She said her son never did generally. He would only sleep for 4 hours out of 24. Oof, that sounds tough. She said he is 27 years old now and still struggles to sleep. Does he survive on less sleep though? I know some people can survive on a lot less sleep than the rest of us. I am not one of those people. I like my sleep. Always have done. So we've got a comment here from Rebecca. She says, Rebecca, my name is Rebecca too, and she is a first time commenter. Hello and welcome. She says she loves my channel. She said you keep me company while she works on her painting. She said she lives in the US and has ordered her first Splatterworks painting. She said she would have loved to do Mr. Quackers. Mr. Quackers was adorable. She said, but she did get Little Quackers, which is just as adorable, to be fair. Little Quackers is so cute. It's just so similar to Mr. Quackers is the reason I've never got that one, because it's just so similar to one I've already done. And I've got so many other exciting Splatterworks ones to do instead. She said she did step out of her comfort zone and got her in a square. Amazing. She said she looks forward to painting with me. One diamond at a time, Rebecca, or multi-placing if that's what you prefer. But yeah, you've picked a really nice, bright, fun one. You know, yellow's the colour of the sun. It's a great colour to do. Manda, this is actually initials as the username. She said she got a good laugh listening to me trying to say Massachusetts. Yeah, and there you go. I've done it again. I've not even said it right that time. And I'm sure that comment was left for another giggle to be had. But yeah, I'm not even going to try and say it again. I mean, why name? Why use that name? Do you know what I mean? Why does it need to be so hard to say? Is it like an initiation for visiting? Or what? Like, do you have to be able to say it to be allowed across the border? Or what? I don't get it. So yeah, I'm not going to try and say it again, because even though I think I've got it right in my head, as soon as it comes out of my mouth, I'm like, no, I didn't. Ice Siggy says, just wanted to pop on and say thank you for my waffle. They had a really thorough session, she said, with her psychotherapist. And the waffle was a welcome distraction as they diamond paint on their current whip. Thank you for all that you do, and best regards to the rest of the AMZ family. Thank you. She says she hopes that we had a lovely anniversary. We did. We nipped out for a meal, and each year, since our 20th wedding anniversary, when we went to Italy, I got a Pandora bracelet in Italy with a little gondola on it. And each year since, I've said to hubby, just one charm on our anniversary each year. Like, I don't want it to be, you know, something that's picked up for birthdays and Christmas and everything in between, and then it be full. Like, too quick. I have another one that is, you know, full of different ones for different things, but I wanted this to sort of be an anniversary one. So we were out for a meal and then we remembered my bracelet, so we went looking online, and I've ended up with one that is a little Groot, and it's not the actual Groot, it's got a couple of the characters from Guardians of the Galaxy on it. Because normally I'm not into all the Marvel films and things like that. I don't mind them being on in the background. You know, I don't tend to watch much TV. I don't tend to watch many films. It's not something I automatically go to. So the only ones that I tend to catch are ones that, you know, hubby watches in the background and they might draw my attention in. But our eldest happened to mention that there was the new Guardians of the Galaxy film out, and she was going to go with a friend. So I just looked to hubby and just went, you want me to go with you one day this week or something? Because I know he loves it, but he doesn't want to go on his own, which is fair enough. Catherine was at uni at the time, who he'd normally, you know, she'd be up for going to watch it. And Caris is in Australia, who'd be up for going to watch it. So, yeah, we disappeared for the evening and went and watched it. So he was like, that'll be a good one to get you for this year, for coming to the cinema with me to watch a film that you're really not that interested in. So yeah, so I've ended up with a Guardian of the Galaxy's Pandora charm for my bracelet, which will make me smile. But I did say to him, out of all the sort of, it's not a Marvel film, but out of sort of all those types of films, Guardian of the Galaxy is one that does make me chuckle. Every now and then it just has those odd little lines in that just make me laugh. So if I was going to go to the cinema to watch any, it would be one of those. So yeah, we had a great time. Carrie said her and her husband's 15th wedding anniversary was on the 13th of June. So happy anniversary for then. She said he'd still encouraged me to do yesterday's waffle. He said, apparently he turned around and said, you better do your waffle. Oh, he's a keeper. He's a keeper. That'll definitely get you to 16 years if he lets you still do your waffle. I love it. I love it when they're supportive of things like that. Tiffany said yes, that the line with the dot attached is the one she calls a pregnant stick. I think that's definitely one I am adopting. I love it. Makes me smile. Tiffany, she said your mystery kit, she said, only takes you 45 minutes per section, because I did do a section on a whip and waffle. She said she wishes her sections were that long. She said hers are taking her about 2 hours to do. Say, I am quite a fast diamond painter in general, especially if I'm not whip and waffling at the same time. I can definitely do it even faster than I do now. So don't use me as sort of a judgment of time. But yeah, it's a good job that I am fast. Otherwise I'd have no de-kitting or kitting up videos to do for my channel if I wasn't able to at least diamond paint fast on the days I can squeeze it in, because I can't always squeeze in diamond painting every day, though I wish I could. Some days it just doesn't work out, like today. It's just, if I'm being realistic, it's just not going to happen today. But I did get a little Paint Gem mini done. So my daughter brought home the Black Magic set from uni that she doesn't want to finish off. I think I mentioned it in yesterday or the day before's waffle. She prefers colouring in, or playing Dragon Veil, or watching movies. So I've actually had those to do, because I still have to de-kit a load of, I need to de-kit a load of Paint Gem minis. I think I've got about 3 to de-kit. I think I'm even got in my queue to de-kit. Sorry, I think one of the ones that I need to de-kit, the kitting up video is actually scheduled for July, because I kitted it up in June. So, or yeah, it was June or the end of May, but couldn't fit the video in my schedule before June waffle started. So yeah, I've been enjoying doing a Paint Gem mini a day. I actually took about a week or 2 weeks off excuse me, because I didn't have any to do, but now I have my daughter's to do, so I've picked it back up again. And if the weather gets cool enough, I'll get some videos done so I can get some more in the pipeline. And then, yeah, I've got new ones on their way as well. So I'm excited. I want to add the new ones into the mix, especially if the video won't go up of me kitting it up for a bit, because I like to spread out not only the type of video, but also like when I'm kitting up, I don't want to just do all paint gem minis. I like to mix it up with the other ones that I've got to kit up or have kitted up as well. So it's probably going to be a while before the actual kitting up videos go up. So I want to make sure that the new ones are in it as well, because as I say, they're on their way and I'm very excited to get my mitts on them because they look amazing and colourful, which is what I really, really like, the bright colourful ones. Lady Dax, she says, happy anniversary. She says she can't believe it's been a year since you showed us your beautiful new rings. I know, but I also feel like I've had these rings forever as well, which is kind of weird. So for anybody that doesn't know or wasn't here then, my hubby and I got married when we were young, and the rings we got, absolutely loved them, but the rings we got were, you know, a cheaper ring. It was what we could afford at the time, and I absolutely, you know, loved them. But we did decide for our 25th wedding anniversary, which was last year, to upgrade them. Basically, we sort of discussed it and we said, look, if we don't do it for our 25th wedding anniversary, then I don't think I'd want to do it at all. Like, I wouldn't have wanted to do it this year. It's our 26th wedding anniversary this year. It doesn't have the same ring to me, ring, as our 25th. So yeah, we actually upgraded our rings, and I got a very, very similar style to what I had before, because anything else on my hand looked weird. But yeah, we upgraded our rings and I love them, and I feel like I've always had them, which is what I wanted with doing it for our 25th. She said, Lady Dax also said, she says she listens and re-listens to one of her favourite authors, which is Nancy Warren. She said she writes witch mysteries, she says, that are really fun. She says the only thing that throws her is the characters go across 2 or 3 different series, but the reader changes. Oh, she said it takes a while to get used to her favourite character sounding so different. See, that would get me as well. I think I'd have to read the books if they changed who read them. It's been really good with the J.D. Robb books because it's been Susan Erickson that reads every single one. So even though a couple of the characters' voices, when I first started listening to me, were like, once I've got used to them, they don't change again. So they do become how that character speaks. But I don't think I could listen to them the same if they kept changing. I think it'd drive me batty. She said, Lady Dax said, yes, she calls that symbol a pregnant stick too. And the TV aerial is the one, she said, that also looks like an unfinished egg timer. I get what you mean about an unfinished egg timer. Love it. She said, tomorrow, she says, really is halfway to the finishing line, because this comment was left on the 14th. She said, have a wonderful evening. Thank you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We've now hit a third of the way to the finishing line. Tamara says, hi Rebecca. She says, big news here. Her husband, David, has started his very first diamond painting. She said he started large. he got the Hulk Smash from Diamond Art Club. Awesome. Somebody posted a Dreamer Designs picture of a spaceman in the group the other day, trying to make me and Megan spend more money. We're all enablers here. And hubby commented that it was actually one that he, you know, if he was going to do one, that would be the one he'd do. And yeah, I was like, look, do you want me to get it? Yeah, you're going to try it? No, couldn't get him to try it. So yeah, I did try with the spaceman painting. But there we go, we have another section done, another bit joined up, only 3 more on this side, and I'm not looking to see whether we're on this side or the other side tomorrow. But I do have a giveaway today, and I get so chatty. If a comment doesn't come up about a giveaway to remind me, I forget. So I've just gone to close my Mac and realised that I have the giveaway here, which is why I put it here, to remind me. So today's giveaway is a Lynn Craft painting, one of the ones that I purchased in Australia. This one is a little bit different, but I thought this might be fun if somebody wants to give it a go. So this one is a paint by numbers and a diamond painting mixed in. I do have an unboxing of it on my channel. I don't know if I have the image. No, it doesn't show the image on the side here. I think it's a giraffe. I'm pretty sure it was a giraffe with leaves behind it. But I say, I do have an unboxing on it. If you search Lynn Craft, I think it is under Lynn Craft, L-I-N-C-R-A-F-T. You can see what this painting is. But basically you paint my numbers, some of the back section, and diamond paint as like a partial on the rest. So you do get everything you need inside the kit, but I thought let's keep the variety up with the manufacturers. I've bobbed a Kaiser in there, let's bob a Lynn Craft in, and we've got a few other manufacturers in upcoming giveaways as well. So to be able to enter in for a chance to win this Paint My Numbers and painting kit, if you head over to addmorezest.com, link down here, and if you're on a computer, across the top you'll see giveaway. If you're on a mobile, click on the 3 lines in the top right hand corner and scroll down to giveaway. It will ask you for a password, and the password is Lynn Craft, so L-I-N-C-R-A-F-T, all lowercase. We're not messing with capitals today. So yeah, so pop in Lynn Craft and it will let you in to fill in the form for the giveaway. All we ask is that you are subscribed to this channel. It's free to do. That's all we ask. Pop in your name, your email address and your YouTube username, and the giveaway will close in 24 hours, and then we will randomly draw a winner and bob them an email. So yeah, that is the giveaway for today. That is section 4 done. Thank you all, as always, so much for being here, for leaving your comments, and for joining in this chitter chatter, and I will speak to you all again tomorrow.